Well, hello. How are you guys doing? We're going to go through step 11 real quick. And step 11 from your book, is right here. It's to use the appropriate button in the font group on the form layout tools format tab to apply the theme color 10. That's kind of misleading a little bit. So we want to apply a theme colors to the whole form. And those instructions aren't very good. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of do our own thing here because, hey, this is an explore one. And so you can kind of, explore through and figure it out. And then what we'll do is we will get as close as we can to the spirit of these instructions. And just remember the main thing that I'm evaluating you on really for this whole thing is not specifically that you get your colors right or your fonts, but like for instance, this form, I'm really looking that when you go through your records, this train field checks on and off, that sort of thing. But yeah, let's get into the spirit of the instructions. So the spirit of the instructions say to change the theme for this. And we want to do it just for this form. So we're going to be, we want to be in the form layout tools. And what you can do is, when you open up your form, you can go up here to view and you'll be in form layout view right there. That's the view we want to do. We can also right click and say layout view and it'll bring up the layout view in the form layout tools. But what we want to do, and where the instructions aren't as good, is we want to change the theme. And here's the thing: I don't have a 10 theme, so that's all dependent. A lot of times you'll get different distributions depending on what theme or what distributions of Microsoft Access, depending on what you purchase. And those themes, certain themes may be in there, or you can actually download different themes. So what we'll do is let's pick one that's kind of tan looking, and that one, no, yeah, come on, give me a 10. That actually is kind of tan. So let's go with that one. So let's choose that one. Now we could have right clicked on here and said only apply it to the form instead of all the forms in the in our database. I don't think, yeah, so in this case, I applied it to all of them. So if you wanted to, we could undo that, I believe, but what we could do is if we wanted to only apply the theme to one form, we would go in here and instead of just clicking on here and having it applied to all, we would right click and say just to all matching objects, which is kind of how your book has it. So I would do it this way, and that way you wouldn't mess up, these other forms like I just did. But that's okay. So the next thing is once we apply a theme to the form through the form layout themes section, it wants us to take and let's not even worry about accent 5. That we can skip. Lighter 60% as a background color for all the field value boxes in the main form. Okay, so what it's asking us is to lighten the background color for the field, the boxes in the main form. And the main form is this guy right here. This is the subform, main form right here. So it's talking about these guys. It's asking us to lighten the background of those. So we can do this, there's always other ways of doing it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all these guys. And I'm going to go up here to format. And in the format, they have the font color. We can change the font color just for these. We can even change the font type and, explore with it. And again, I'm not really going in and making sure that you chose the right font. That's not really where I'm going with evaluation. And that's why it's explore too. So just play around with it. you know, I've changed the font to something. It wants us to lighten the background. So this is the background button. So we can go here and we can choose a lighter one up the chain a little bit for that particular matching color. I just sent the font to, I hit Control Z to, I set the font to that color instead of the background. But we could even go lighter. You could go here to more colors, and you can choose kind of a more of a tan and go really light with it, and then say OK, and see how it really lightens it up. And you know, that's kind of what we're looking for. In fact, why don't you come up with your own, you know, explore with this and look at what you can do in different ways, and just come up with your own theme that you like and your own coloring scheme that you enjoy. That's great. Let's look at the rest of these. And so we've got the background color for the field value boxes changed. Now we're going to use the control formatting group to change the outline of all the main form field value boxes to have a line thickness of 1. Okay, so let's go in there, and what we're going to do is we're going to check all these guys and or select them all. I'm holding down the control key while I click on all these. That's how I'm selecting them. And then I'm going to go up here to format. You know, we got other things that we can choose here. We can even choose our font colors here for this particular, just these selected items. But I'm going to go here to format, and then here's the conditional formatting. I believe that's what it was asking us. Use the control formatting group to change the outline of all the forms. So what we're going to do is, you see here, it's the control formatting group. So I'm going to go to the shape outline, and I'm going to go to line thickness and reduce it by 1. So you can select them again, and I'm going to Control Z because I accidentally moved that. Holding down Control, selecting them, and then shape outline, and you can go to line type. Let's say that we want dots for the line. And again, go ahead and play with this. Come up with your own color scheme and make it look however you wish as you play around with it and explore. So I'm going to select these guys back up and go to a regular line. And let's go back to shape, line thickness. This, I believe, is the 1 pixel, the hairline. This is like 2 pixels. This is like 4, 6, 8. And then, it's 5. There's 4. It pops up there. 3. There's 2. There's the 1 right there. So it looks like it didn't like my changing that to 1. Oh, I did change it to 1, but I didn't change the line type. Okay, so now the line type is down to the 1 pixel and solid line that it's asking us for here. So and then the hint was selecting all the field value box. That's holding down the control while you click on it. And again, ignore this accent thing. Change the theme of your the whole form, and then lighten the background color of just your field value boxes. And then of course I showed you how to change the line thickness of them as well. And that's pretty much step 11, guys. Yeah. All right. Thank you. See ya.